God, the assumptions. All right, guys. So recently, King made a video talking about a little bit about the drama, right? Because people always coming for him because he moved to Thailand. So it makes sense why people will come for him, right? It's like, why would you move all the way to Thailand while your kids in America still growing up and you need to be there? Yada yada yada. And Niques made a video basically implying that it's just her and her mother taking care of their son, making it sound like King is nowhere involved in the relationship, doesn't have anything like that. But I'm pretty sure there's probably a video out there where she has said, oh yeah, King calls, blah 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 blah. So I'm just gonna give my 2 cents. You can't assume how someone is raising. Now I know someone who moved to Bali to build his wealth. Okay, he went to Bali, built his wealth, built his success, and he's very successful. He kind of has to stay in Bali at the moment because if he claims his residency in the UK or whatever, boom, tax is gonna want all that wealth. Bali, on the other hand, there are tax benefits when you live there. A lot of tax benefits when you live there. So it makes sense for him to build general wealth for his daughter. He needs to stay in Bali. He ain't gonna make that sacrifice, and you know what I'm saying? But he's involved in his daughter's life every single day. Every morning they have a FaceTime call for their daily affirmations and to connect with her and ask her how she's doing, etc. like that. And he goes back a few times a year to see her. Now, you got to imagine Bali is very, very far from the UK. But he's been able to sustain and build his empire that he, boom, flies first class all the way to the UK to see his daughter. Now, I think it's like maybe not a lot. It's definitely not a lot because he's hustling and grinding. And sometimes he pays for his daughter to come see him in Bali. Now, we don't know what King's situation is, right? Everyone's assuming that he don't even talk to the little boy. And you could only hope that he would do something like that as a father, right? FaceTime his son every single day, communicate with him, ask him how he's doing, what's up. I can imagine it's very challenging due to the time differences and stuff like that. It's definitely not impossible to do. How do you know he hasn't tried to have his son fly over in Thailand? And maybe Niques is not cool with that. And she's like, I don't know about that. I don't know about my son going to Asia. Ew, they might cook him up over there. Like, you don't know what she's thinking. You don't know if she's scared of the situation. You just don't know. But I do have a little bit of a critique, right? I'm surprised he didn't move somewhere like Mexico, because in the video he applied that and he took accountability that he couldn't basically be a proper dad because of whatever situation. It sounded like financially he probably wasn't doing well. He wasn't able to get a car. He wasn't able to do all those things. But I'm sure there's other ways he stayed connected with his son, and that would have been digitally, right? FaceTime, my face, phone calls, all that type of stuff. I get why he's in Thailand. Now, for someone who lived in Thailand for 3 years, by the way, I got rejected. I'm in Vietnam at the moment trying to get back in. So you're going to be seeing me wear this every single day, y'all. I literally came in with a small bag. I did my little visa run and y'all, they won't let me back in. And all my clothes is back there. But y'all also know I lived in Mexico for 4 years. But I'm surprised he didn't move somewhere like Brazil, because I know Brazil as well is very strong when it comes to like Muay Thai and stuff like that. But regardless, I'm sure there's a bigger opportunity here and he saw it. I don't know his personal business, but I'm sure there's more to the pie and the story for the reason why he would be so far from his son. And I'm sure he's communicating, because you just don't know. You don't know what he does behind the scenes. You guys make that assumption up, especially based on what Niques says. Because Niques is messy, y'all. She messy. She made it out as if it's just her and her mom taking care of the son. And maybe that's the case. I need to see the receipts. You know my Instagram, the real Martin Louis, Louis, not Lewis. Who told you guys that? Not me. It's Louis. You can send me the receipts in there, okay? But you just quick to assume that he's a deadbeat dad and he's not calling up his son, communicating with his son at least every single day. Because sometimes people have to make sacrifices to better themselves and better their lives. And that makes sense. If he wasn't doing well in Houston, in America, with the tariffs and the cost of living, like, shit is even bad for Nique, bro. Nique be scamming. She be scamming out here. Y'all forgot? Even after she was on reality TV, that poor girl was scamming. Jeez, America must be really expensive with those tariffs. $20 for 12 eggs. Nique can't even afford that. She need to scam her fans. So, shit. People are living it tough out here. So they're trying to find any way to make some money. Is like scamming their little kid fans. Selling their personal details to scammers and frauds. I don't know if King has done that. Let me know. I've never seen King done that. I know a few of his friends have done that. But anyway, he's in Thailand where the cost of living is so low. So not only is he able, if depending how much money he's making, he's able to save and build his empire, but he's also able to invest back into his son or back into his life to like really build a proper foundation. So I completely get it. A lot of people move here for that. But be careful you don't fall in love, because that's what happened to me. I fell in love with the overseas lifestyle. You would never catch me living in America. You would never catch me living in Australia. Yeah, I might visit for a couple of months or a little bit, but my home is actually Mexico. Well, I got two homes, Australia and Mexico. They're my two homes, and that's where I live. And I slow travel. So I'll be in this country for a couple of months, then this country, because I'm still trying to figure out where I really want to live. When I'm old, I might retire in Thailand, but I really don't know where I really want to live. I don't know where my home is, my forever country, my forever home. I'm still looking and exploring the world and trying to find that for me. So I get it. I get why he came to Thailand. You were making, like, bro, $300 and I have an amazing window view of a whole lake, right? And I have a gym, amenities, a shopping mall literally across the road. Life is simple. You can hire a maid and then a cleaner, a cook for a small portion, for a smaller amount than it will cost in US. I know an old lady in Thailand, and she's Vietnamese and half Thai, and she lives in Thailand because she was born in Thailand, whatever. But basically, she was living in the US and she's wealthy. She moved to Thailand in a small condo because she's like, I love saving my money. And to get a massage, it literally cost me $8 because she has back problems due to a car accident. And she's like, Martin, in America, it will cost me $200 just for someone to massage my back to fix my medical assistance. And that's with insurance. You paying this much for insurance and you still only get this much for your injury in your back? Old people are living in tents. Okay, old people are living in tents, but people are seeing how the overseas lifestyle and the cost of living overseas is so much better. But look, you got to respect the people. Learn the culture, respect the people. A lot of you guys are so rude. I see y'all coming over here being disrespectful and impatient because no one speaks your damn language. Y'all got to learn to respect the law, respect the law. You really got to respect the people, respect the culture, and try to learn their language. And if you can't learn the language, you at least use a translator. So yeah, back to King and stuff. I completely get it. But y'all, I was laughing when Lena was like, it's the devil. She was sounding like Miss Rima, Queen Niges' mom. She's like, the devil will try to come for you. Bro, stay prayed up when you, oh, yuck, I'm spagging. Stay prayed up. I'm like, she giving a whole holy speech here. Talking about the devil is coming for the devil is working on the people, making people feel like they got demons in their soul, criticizing you. No, that's not the case. People are just gonna criticize you. Yeah, some people overdo it, but that's rude as hell to be like, yeah, you got the devil working on you and making you do some dark shit. Nah, some people, I like people to take accountability for the ish. I don't like to say, yeah, the devil made you do that. I'm like, nah, you a piece of shit and you need to learn. And you need to learn. You think you can say all this stuff on the internet. How about I take your picture and go to your school and say how you did all this stuff on the internet. Then you run crying. I remember that happened to a Bob. It was so hilarious. A Bob came for this guy on the internet. He found out where she studied, her work, got her fired, got her kicked out of the school. I was dying. I was like, that's like the best revenge for these internet thugs. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about this situation, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.